Hi, I'm Nathan Lemshire,
Hi, I'm Sebastian Rodriguez.
and we are presenting the Endangered Species Act of 1973. Now, this act provides for the conservation, protection, and propagation of species or subspecies of fish and wildlife that are threatened with extinction or likely within the foreseeable future to be threatened with extinction, and for other purposes.
The law also authorizes the determination and listing of species as endangered or threatened, prohibits unauthorized taking, possession, sale, and transport of endangered species, provides authority to acquire land for the conservation of listed species using land and water conservation funds.
So, the sponsor of the bill was Representative John D. Dingell. He was actually the longest serving representative. He was from Michigan. He served nearly 60 years.
And the HR code is HR 37. This bill was introduced in the House of Representatives on January 3rd, 1973. The bill was actually placed on the House of Merchant Marines and the Fisheries Committee.
All right, some of the major provisions for the bill include that the bill provides equal authority to Departments of Interior and Agriculture for enforcing restrictions on import and export of listed plants. It requires the Secretary of the Interior to monitor all petition species that are candidates for listing and specifies emergency listing authority. It also directs the Secretary of Interior to develop and review recovery plans for listed species without showing preference for any taxonomic group. Now, it also establishes recovery plan criteria for listed species.
There's also more. It also requires a status report to Congress on a recovery plan to make sure if the animal is doing fine. It provides for a public review of new or revealed recovery plans. It requires about a 5-year monitoring for species that have recovered and have been delisted. The bill also clarifies the use of funds allocated to the states and establishes criteria for allocation.
All right, so the major changes to this bill are the 1978 amendments, which also oblige the Secretary to consider the economic impact of designating critical habitat. It also requires them to review the list of endangered and threatened species every 5 years. Now, the public notification and hearing requirements prior to the listing of species or habitats must be specified.
Not only that, but this law also provided other amendments to facilitate administrative processes in emergency situations. It clarified enforcement procedures. It allowed disposal of forfeited and abandoned properties. It clarified the definition of commercial activity. This law also, for the Secretary of Defense, they're authorized to specify exemptions from the Act for reasons of national security. The voting records of the Endangered Species Act of 1973. Roll call number 461, amended in the bill in the House of Representatives on September 18th, 1973.
Now, the bill was also passed in the Senate on July 24th, 1970.
President Richard Nixon, we all know who he is. He is the one who actually declared current species conservation efforts to be inadequate. He called for action to protect endangered species.
On December 28th, 1973, after the bill passed in both the House of Representatives and the Senate, President Richard Nixon signed the bill into law. I'm Nathan Lemshire.
I'm Sebastian Rodriguez.
This was the Endangered Species Act of 1973. Now remember, for only 5 cents, you can help all the endangered animals out there.
For these animals won't be here long. One day, our fellow tigers, our fellow dogs, and my turtle crush is not going to be here anymore. So please, join the trend and help preserve these animals. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.